Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with part 2 of our Nostalgic Christmas flip-flop journal. So I did not prep the first flip-flop journal. My plan was to work in that one as I prepared this one, but it is the night before Thanksgiving and I just need to get a video recorded because I won't be around tomorrow to do any work in the studio. So I thought I would show you what I've collected for the signatures as well as some other bits and pieces also for this journal. So I'm just going to take this stuff out because it's easier to just get it on my desk. I should have just pulled it out. Pardon me a second. These are my project baskets, which I believe I've shared with you before, but they're just a great place to kind of collect a bunch of stuff. So I've been pulling papers, and a lot of this stuff is from, well, some of it is from Vanessa over at Clemens Creates from her Etsy shop. And then I pulled some from my stash and some textiles, and I did all my fussy cutting. It's all in this little pouch. And these are our flip-flop journals. I'll set there for now. I'm not sure what this is, extra paper. So I've got these roses I thought would be fun to maybe apply somewhere in this project. Some red lace. I thought this lace was really pretty. Might do some kind of a flip or something with that. Not sure. A couple of frames. These are probably going to be too bulky for the flip-flop journal, but I thought I would kind of muse about that and see what I think. And I need to take a moment and turn the fan off. You guys can probably see that spinning. It causes, well, maybe if I put it right there, you guys won't see it. There we go. My apologies. It's a little bit warm in here. My husband's home, so then the heat gets cranked up. Bumped into some index cards I thought would be fun to do some tip-ins. I've been coffee dyeing some paper, so I've got stuff all over me and ink all over me. This is some packaging that something came in. I thought that would be fun to introduce. And maybe not in this journal, but for the other Christmas journal. This is some tissue paper from my grandson's birthday, recycled, and it's got the little glittery bits in it, so I thought that would be fun. And then these are 2 pieces of some specialty paper I thought would be interesting. I have more of these coffee dyed CD sleeves, but that's the only one I found in the place I was looking. Some embossed paper. I had embossed all this because I was going to do some jelly plate printing, but I thought, well, maybe we'll just use it for a little bit of stuff in this journal as well. So these are the papers. These are from TaylorMade Journals. I just purchased these. They're called, what are they called? Grungy Lace. But I thought they'd be fun for signature pages because they can totally be written on, and I love the design. So I just thought I'd show you that. This is some Braille paper from my stash. We're going to be using this image as printed on canvas paper that's inkjet friendly that I thought we would use for hinges. Now so this one's only single printed. I didn't turn it over right on this side, but I'm like, it's kind of nice. So we're going to set that there because we are going to maybe use that today. This is some old writing paper from my stash, so we're going to be using that in the signature. Some glassine paper, brown, not glassine, it's, what's that? It's that, oh gosh, that fan. It's that paper lay wrap sandwiches in, I guess. And then some, what's this called? You know, this kind of paper. Oh, my brain. I don't know what's wrong with it. This is stuff from Vanessa. I'm not sure what the paper is, but I thought we'd give it a try. It might be a little bit too thick for the flip-flop journal, but we will we'll look at it together. Is that more than one? Is that more than? It is. So it's not so heavy. It's heavier than 20-pound paper, but it might work. So we've got a few pages of that, and then this stuff is from Vanessa. These are cut down because I used part of it in another journal. So we've got some ledger. This is some wallpaper that I got from Grace B Creations, I believe is her name. and I haven't used any of it, but I thought, wouldn't this be fun to introduce into this journal? So it's a little bit thickish too, so we'll have to evaluate that. We are not nearly ready for signature, so just some book pages and some, this is coffee dyed paper from Vanessa that she put in a pack for me. So, but today what we're going to do is we're going to make a few things. We're going to make these crimped paper clips is what I'm calling them. The kits that I'm using have these really small, slim tags, and I thought these would be fun to just layer up. A super simple project. Just I'm going to double them up. I'm going to put them back to back, and then I'm going to use one of these crimpy things on each one, and I'll probably add some beads and such on it later, but I just want to get the basics down for now. So let's start with this because it is right in front of us. So I'm going to start by I'm going to clip off the top of this because I don't necessarily want it to be decorative on this end. So do you think I can do it without my trimmer? I think so. We're going to do it. We're going to risk it. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then let me ink these up really quick. I'm going to do the same with this one as well, just so that we've got them both ready to go. We're going to cut a little bit of her pretty hat off, but that's all right. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. So I'm going to ink these up. So I'm not exactly sure how we're going to use these in the journal till we get a little bit farther along. But again, because I didn't have a lot of time, I need to do something that trying to make that fan go away. I'm going to turn it off, you guys. I don't know if that bothers you. I'm 59 years old, so I still get the ugly hot flashes and stuff. I run very, very hot. But anyway, I didn't have a lot of time, so I thought I would just introduce some ephemera making stuff here. So let's go ahead and glue these two together. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. So today is the first day of my Thanksgiving break, and I went to the eye doctor and I have to get new glasses. And yeah, I bought Christmas candles. That was fun. And came home and been fussing around. I'll have to show you some pictures. I have tons of these project baskets. Every project has a basket or two. And so I had a really bad way of storing them, really kind of not very accessible. And so I made some changes. So maybe I'll take some pictures. Would you guys like to see some pictures of that? I think I'm going to just grab my guillotine here and just chop this, even this out here. That was a bad little trim, but we can fix it just like that. I wanted to double them up because I don't want them to be too flimsy. And right now, even at 65 pound, for it to be a bookmark, they would be pretty flimsy. So, and I realized I only got one length of this. So I'm just going to reach behind me and grab that lace and for the second one, because I want to actually have it go on both sides. So what we're going to do, simple, is we are going to go like this. It looks like we got a pretty good edge there. Oh, that's so pretty. We can even go down. I don't know. I think I want it to end there. Got some bad corners. I'll have to nip that off. It got a little bit of something showing there. Or ink it up, you know. Ink covers a multitude of sins, as they say. Now when I make these, I do like to glue it at the top, because if you take your little crimping clip off, your thing will come apart. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the top of here, and then we're going to try that again. I'm not having it go all the way to the bottom because of that funny scalloped edge. I think it would be weird. Could actually tack it down a little bit in another place on here just to have it be stable. And I'm going to turn it over and do the same here. I actually haven't made these in forever. I was, again, you know, putzing around the studio, kind of straightening things and putting my baskets back in order, and I found these in a drawer, so I thought, perfect. Okay, there we go. So we need to trim this one off. I should have done that at the same time, but it's not like anybody's going to be comparing if they are even, Steven, so I'm just going to do it. Okay. Boom. I think I really like them to be able to be lifted, just because I think the effect of it would be nice. I'm just pulling that up a little bit. That glue spread more than I wanted it to. What do you guys think? I think it'll be okay if we don't glue it down. Just let it be like that, okay? And then you just take these little crimpy things and you just put it on top and then just pinch it, which I can never remember. It doesn't look like I'm strong enough, so let me grab a tool here. I gotta push some things around here. Yikesies. A mess. A mess. There we go. Just one of your jewelry tools will work. So just get that on there and then just crimp it. Easier said than done. Again, it's been forever. Just kind of get it mostly even in the middle. That's just not even holding in place. Just give that a crimp all the way across. We're not even, but that's okay. We're not going to sweat the small stuff. And I love that hint of gold. Look at that. It's not in the middle though. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. But you get the drift, right? And so then what you can do is put a seam binding on the top and tie it in a bow. You could put a little bit of like eyelash trim and a bead and an eyelet. So I'll leave that to your imagination and I'll work on adding something off camera. So that is that one. So I'm going to do the second one also just to keep you in the loop. So curious what you guys do for Thanksgiving. If you're in the States, we are going to my oldest daughter's tomorrow. She is hosting. And I really love that because that means, you know, I don't have to cook. I'm just bringing some side dishes and going to be able to just enjoy everybody. My son will be there, which is rare. So, and his wife and their daughter. Their son is now in a serious relationship, so he will not be there because he is going to his girlfriend's families for Thanksgiving, which is kind of cool. And I don't know who she is. I've never met her, but it's kind of exciting. Yeah, and my sisters, my two sisters will be there. And yeah, it'll be good. Why is that not sticking? Goodness gracious. Turn it back over. Why is that Fabri-Tac being so stubborn? Usually Fabri-Tac is like great for that. One could also put a staple under where you're going to put the crimpy thing. I'm not going to do that today, and of course you would not have to do the lace. I just thought it would be a nice touch and something fun to do. And I'm going to reach and grab a paper towel, which I also moved those, so that's going to be a problem. I am a fussy studio person, so I'm always like, I sit in here and I think about how functional is my studio, and when I'm working, do I have everything where I need it? And if not, I kind of try to move things around and come up with other solutions. So yeah, I moved the paper towels is the story there. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's see if we can get this one in the middle. I think it shifted while I was working there because I have to hold it somehow, right? With my finger on the other side. And I'm going to just try to crimp it here on this side first. Hope we get it straight. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. And you have to crimp it pretty hard. It's pretty tough metal, so I don't think unless you're like really, really strong. That one's not even either. Gosh. It did slide a little bit though. So it will do. So I will do some more fancy stuff with that, but I am loving it so much. Okay, so second project is we're going to actually get the flip-flop out, and I'm going to do the one. So one of these I'm doing off camera, one of them I'm doing on camera. I don't remember. I think this is the one we were doing together. We're going to put one in each of these other designs in one, and I'll do the other one off camera, but I'll show in the photos both of them. So we're going to do tip outs using this. This is paper from my porch prints, the Christmas tree and Santa Claus So Jolly. I put on this tea stain paper on the back, and I thought we would tip those in somewhere. These are a tip out or tip up or whatever you want to call it. I am being mindful of where my signatures are going to go. So as we've talked about, there will be a signature here. A signature. Oh, that should probably not have gone there. Signature there, a signature there, and then two on the other side. So I think this would be a great place for a tip in. So I thought what I would do is keep it going the right direction and just use a hinge on it. So I think I need to cut some off though. Obviously I need to cut some off. So let me grab that little guillotine cutter. What did I do with it? It's over here. It's over here. Okay. I hope we'll get to use that paper so I can show you that canvas paper. It's really great. At first I didn't think my printer was liking it. It was kind of rebelling a little bit, but it's my old printer was a top feed, and this one is a tray at the bottom, so it does not feed paper as good as my old printer. It doesn't do a lot of things as good as my old printer, to be honest. Okay, there we go. I think we're going to hinge this though with that tape. So I thought it would be fun to do that. We could put something fun on the back of that, but I think I want to round those edges because it's a little bit sharp for me. So I'm going to use my 10 millimeter. I had to buy a new one of these. My other one died on me, along with my my most favorite circle punch. But I got this one, which I'm loving so much because it goes into pockets easier. So see how low profile it is? It's a 1.5 inch. So I did replace that printer that gave me grief. So do we want it? Which way do we want it to go? Actually, I think we will. What do we want to do? I think we want to go this way. So that means I need to prep that canvas too. So I don't think it's going to cut with my guillotine, so I'm going to have to get the other trimmer up. So I'm just going to move some stuff out of the way. I probably should have been more prepared with that, but I've been multitasking big time today. So yeah, I'm going to grab the big mama here. I've got coffee, I've got lace coffee dyeing in the kitchen. I coffee dyed some old notebook paper and some other papers for this journal, for these signatures. So I'm just going to trim this white off. I don't know how great of an idea this is because it's canvas paper, so it's going to be thickish, but it's going to be very solid, and it will be very strong. So I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to do hinge strips because Otherwise, it's going to be too bulky. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to knot about 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm just going to show you that. I'm going to move this and show you. Okay. So we've got this. It's the same print as these things. Oh, isn't that really pretty? So how are we going to do that if we're going to do it as a hinge, as a side hinge? Okay, so we're just going to put that in there. Let me ink this up. I am all over the place. Goodness gracious. Why didn't you tell me? So I would love it if you would tell me in the comments what your favorite Thanksgiving tradition is. You know, do you go to family? Do you, you know, are you at home? You know, what do you do? Tell me about your life. I also wanted to mention that all the pins came for the giveaway, and every set that I bought had 3. So I'm going to pick one more person and send out 3 sets instead of 2. So I will do that and let you guys know who that is. So we're going to just do that, and then I'm just going to cut this right here on these lines. This is perfect. So we're going to cut one. One's a little rough. And 2. Doesn't have to be perfect, okay? And I'm going to cut off that black. And 3. Okay. Oh, this is going to be cool. Look at that. I love this idea. I wonder if you could just do it this way too. I think it would be too bulky when it folds though, is my thinking, but I could be wrong. I haven't done this for ages. So I'm going to go ahead and put some fabric tack on the back of this. Okay, it was a lot. It was a lot, which I always do a lot of everything. How to pick it up. Okay, I'm just estimating. It doesn't have to be. In fact, I think I want to have it be a little high in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm not measuring. I'm not being persnickety about it. I'm just going to place that down like that. Okay. That's really cool. I like it. I'll have to put some parchment in there so that we don't get things sticking together. So if you haven't used that trick, buy yourself a package of parchment paper that's in the boxes. It's all folded up, and you can get it just in the kitchen section where you get the foil, and it's perfect for crafting because sometimes you don't want to, you can't close things up right away because you've got wet glue, and it allows you to keep moving through your project. You don't have to stop. So I do that a lot when I'm working on finishing a journal. Okay, so one more about in the middle-ish. I'm not measuring. I'm not being super crazy. I will probably put a pocket on there later on. Okay, so that's that. Let me grab said parchment paper, which I always seem to, I think I don't keep these or something, or they get put in another place because I always end up with a full one. So this is how they come, and it's kind of in 4 quarters. So then I just cut that in half, and then I cut it in half again, and I have a more sizable piece. So we really only need that much. So I can cut that down like so. Okay. And let's see how she's going to fold. Yeah, that was the way to do it. Okay, that was the way to do it. So once that dries, it's going to be fine. I'm going to actually, let me see if I can, because I can see this. It's not a problem because it's colored. I'm just going to press that from the other side and make sure we get a really good adhesion there. Okay, so that is our hinge. That was almost too big. Did not even look at that. And we're a little bit far out on one side. I'm going to try to move that so we're more even. Okay, there we go. So that is our hinge. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh, that's fun. Okay, so in the other video, I was talking about using these envelopes, and I was like, it won't work, it won't work. And I thought you can do a tip in from the bottom, which means that it won't be upside down because we can use this as a pocket, and we can cut these edges off. We don't need these little tabby things because we're not using it as an actual envelope. We're using it as a tip down writing space. If I can get my scissors in there. We also will be putting our tree up this weekend. We always put it up before our son's birthday, our firstborn, and he will be 40 this year. I cannot believe I have a 40-year-old. Oh, I cannot believe it. So we always get our tree and get it decorated before his birthday. We've been doing that since he was born. And even though, you know, of course, he doesn't live here, that's been our tradition. And so, yeah, it's good. And then we got my daughter moved this weekend. She's going through a divorce, and so we got her moved, and she's very content and happy with her new place. So that's exciting. And it's good to see our kids thrive and heal and grow and learn and change and all that stuff, even though some of that's really, really hard. In fact, a lot of it's really, really hard. But that's where we grow the best, is unfortunately in those valleys, you know, when things are not as we would like them to be. People hurt us and disappoint us, and it's just a nasty business. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so let's find where we want to put this. Let's go ahead and put her on the other side. So I'm just going to turn this. I'm just making sure that that parchment stays in place for the time being. I think I'm going to put a paper clip on that just to hold that parchment there. Okay, we're going to flip it over and put it somewhere in here. So this is a flip out. What happened? What happened? It's just not bent back. Okay, so let's put it, we only have one choice, and that's to put it here. So is it too wide? Oh no, it's too wide. Okay, easily solved. You guys want to see me problem solve? I'm going to show you how I problem solve. I don't usually do this kind of on the fly kind of work, but we're going to do it together. Grabbing the big trimmer so I can get a really a good cut, but I'm basically going to cut a sliver off of each side because I want it to stay even. So I'm going to just take off a sliver. I mean, like, oh gosh, it's not even, let me look at my ruler just so I can give you not even an 1/8 of an inch, maybe a 1/16 of an inch, maybe an 1/8 of an inch. Let's be safe, okay? Not that it's going to be that noticeable, but it matters to me. So, and that way your thumb notch, this thing stays the same, and you don't have to worry about things looking wonky. So let me just ink that up again. I'm also curious, do you guys do Black Friday shopping? I don't unless it means time with my daughter. I only have one daughter that would ever want to go, and that's the daughter we just moved. Otherwise, I do not go. I do not go out on Black Friday. One year I had to go get Fabri-Tac at the craft store, and it was like a zoo. It was not pleasant at all. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this here. So basically, did I get that right? It's perfect. I'm trying to see my lines there. Yeah. So what it's going to do is it's going to get glued here. Okay, but we have to think about, I think what we'll do is we'll put, we'll make this a pocket. This was the surmising that I was doing. And we'll make that a pocket. But we have to have a way to close it. So I might have to leave, I might have to do a paper clip. Let's do a paper clip really quick. I'm just going to grab one of my rusty paper clips here and just call that good. I can always stick a bit of seam binding or something on it if I can grab one. Oh my gosh, I need a different solution than this deep thing that they're in. I've showed you guys this before. This was really silly to put them in here because my fingers don't get down in there, and the little ones, of course, go to the bottom. There we go. A rusty paper clip too, or a safety pin. Okay, so I can always put a piece of seam binding or something on that in a minute, but I want to get it on there before I glue this pocket down. So hoping that this is making a modicum of sense to you guys. So what the what? Okay, so we're going to just put that right there, and I'm going to leave it sticking out. Now the problem with that is well, it's not going to be a problem because we'll decorate this later. We'll put like maybe some fussy cuts or something on there, but basically I want to get that in place. Okay, so we got to look at this arrangement here again though. Flippy floppies, they flip and flop and they don't fall down. Okay, so it's going to go here, which means that will be open. So I was just making sure that that was not going to be a folded in part, if that makes sense. So we're going to use the white glue. This is my Barely Arts glue, and we're going to glue it. We're going to put glue on this side. We're covering up that beautiful image on this part of the pocket, but it's okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a lot of glue. That was a lot of glue. We're also going to go down across the bottom. And to the side. There we go. Okay, turn it. Try not to get your fingers in the glue. And we're gonna play, oh, we've got that bunchy bit there too. Oh, and I wanted to round this. Doggone it. Okay. Pause. Pause. Where's the paper towel? Just gonna wipe that off the corners because I want those corners rounded because these are rounded. So that's not a problem. I'm just gonna clip it here. Probably gonna get glue inside of that, which is not a good seam. Welcome to the Clown Show, brought to you by Cara-Renee Wolf, the Fruity Crafter. We try to have fun, you know, life is too short. There we go. Try again. So I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to go right to the bottom. Okay, like so. And we are about on that seam. So that's perfect. I'm just going to give that a press. I'm going to just hold right there for a moment. Hoping that's not going to be a problem with that paper clip just sticking out of there. I think once it dries, the glue gets set, it's going to be fine. Okay. And then, it's not even sticking. Oh, it is. Wrong piece. Is it straight though, Cara-Renee? Before it sets, we can't. It must be straight because it's lined up. So I don't need to hold that. This is the part we're holding. It's okay. So that's a little bit funky there. Doesn't appear to be a problem though. It must just be my visibility there. It looks like that's because of the lines in this digital, it looks a little strange. So we've got a pocket here. So the tricky part is that whatever you put in the pocket is going to have to go under that paper clip on the inside. Not a problem. So now you've got this writing space. Okay. Now I do want to think about, I think what I want to do is put a little bit of Velcro right here. So I'm going to reach for that. Hopefully I have it right where I can get to it because, you know, I move things around periodically. The drawers are all labeled, so it's nice. I can just pop in there and see. Oh, it says adhesive, so this is adhesive. So we're going to go ahead and put it on this flap. Okay. Oh, got crud on there from my fingers. Gross. It's just ink and whatnot. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and close that. Just give that a push, and that's set. Okay. Now, what that means is that what you have in that pocket has to be shorter than that, which is fine. It'll be very interesting. So that is our flip down. Boom. Pocket. Great idea, Cara-Renee. Okay, guys, that is it for today. I just wanted to come and keep going on this. I've got so many pots on the stove or sticks in the fire, whatever you call it, that because I'm so full of inspiration right now, I just can't even contain it. It's just exploding for me. So I wanted to come and just bring you something a little bit simpler and quick, and I will be back in the next video. I know by the time you see this, Thanksgiving will already be over, but I hope to hear how your holiday went in the comments down below. So I will see you next time. Bye-bye.